piranha under your feet, Mr. Woodwraith. Just kind of sits there. You see the damage is just really not doing a whole lot. Even if I get the buff it up a little, he still just kind of sits there. Not real frightened by it, he is, honestly. But it looks cool. See the little piranhas jumping around, biting things. They bite up on the top of it, see them on top of the little minion maker. And jumping up on his head and stuff. I kind of like that. Cute, it's a very nice visual. And that's just the base rune effect there. Hungry. Okay, Bogadile. Bogadile is the fun visual one. You see 840% versus 400%. So basically it's the same effect with an added big hit in the middle of it that only works once during the time frame. So if you just cast it here, you will not see the Bogadile because there's nothing for the Bogadile to Bogadile upon. It just looks like the regular piranha. You only see the Bogadile if you have a bogey inside where the target is. There you go, chomp. You only get one. There's only one Bogadile. But there's no cooldown on that skill. It lasts for 8 seconds, and you get one Bogadile during those 8 seconds, and you can use it again as soon as you want. And if there's nothing there, you won't get the Bogadile. It just sits there. And there he goes, the last second. So it's essentially the same skill with a big bonus damage in the middle of it. And if the Bogadile doesn't kill something, then it just spits it back out again. You get funny effects with larger and single enemies where it'll bite them and then just spit them out again, kind of like the Toad of Hugeness does, where if it doesn't kill it, it just bleh. Bit like the bird in Up, frankly. Spitting out the old man's walker. Go Bogadile, chomp. Luckily somehow the Bogadile doesn't bite me or any of my minions, my mongrels. It is a friendly Bogadile.
Those scavengers trapped my poor wife and me down there for
That huge gold spill, by the way, is from this mod on Gladiator Gauntlets, which is very, very fun. Highly recommended.
My love, this is the woman who saved our farm.
Listen to me now. Your wife's spirit is
Spindle chests, not what they once were. Okay, we'll try the next one out here.
She's been glum ever since
Zombie Piranhas. This one's actually one of the more effective ones. They leap out and kind of spread. It gives it a little bit of the effect of like Locust Swarm. See them leaping out, and all the guys get a little green glowing effect on them as they're getting zombie piranha'd. And the zombie piranhas, of course, have no flesh. They're just zombies. It's a nice touch. And you see them biting on the guys and hanging on them. They don't really spread that far, but they do get a little bit out of the pit, so it increases the range of it considerably. It seems like almost everything that dies leaves bones instead of a corpse. You see they spread pretty far all the way over there. It's got the glowing, got the green gas on it. It really should be poisonous piranhas because they get poisoned, it seems like, but they don't do a lot to big stuff. You get more and more piranhas on larger targets. So if you do it on something really big, you'll see like 20 little piranhas. It's kind of fun to watch, but it's not real effective damage-wise. I mean, I can do more damage with throwing these things, which is free, and this has no cooldown time. Much less zombie bears. They're cool though. I like how they look. Best thing about it's the visual at the moment. Piranhado. This one's more of a makes a little tornado and sucks targets in and holds them still. It doesn't do much damage. The damage is the same as the base, which is very little. 50 per second, 50% weapon damage per second, which is almost nothing in Diablo 3. But you see it sucks in stuff pretty well. It'll throw them around a little bit too. It's pretty effective debuff, but then of course they all come out and they're all still full health. And then I've got to wait 8 seconds to cast it again. So there's an 8-second delay between when you cast it and when it has effect again. But it's nice to hold stuff. Obviously you want to attack them when they're being held. In theory you could pair this up with a friend who had some really big damage attack in one spot. Meteor or something like that, while they're stuck in place. You see 16 seconds and it lasts. So it only does damage for 4 seconds, and it lasts 16-second cooldown. So you've got 12 seconds of nothing. Unlike the other forms, which you can immediately cast again. It'll catch all those little birds pretty effectively. It is pretty good for gathering stuff up, when you can get in there and hit them with your soul devouring, soul harvest. But you gotta wait and wait and wait and wait. Wait. It only works if things get near it, so try to lure some more birds in, and then it's gone. It's not hugely effective debuff, but it's kind of fun. God, I love those gloves.
Need more time.
If I could get things to quit attacking me, I could change to another skill. So, Piranha, Wave of Mutilation is the least accurate one. As you'll note, Wave of Alligators, the crash forward dealing, it's like a typo, 50%? Seriously?
Not so bad.
They take an increased damage for 8 seconds, so it's kind of a buff that way, a debuff. You hit them and then you can use other stuff on them to do a little damage, but 15% is not real impressive, and neither is this skill in and of itself. You notice it said alligators, and all you get are fish. So they've either changed the description or changed the graphic and haven't matched the description to it. Get a zoom in here, and you can see it again. There's really big fish, and that's all it does. And it doesn't knock back enemies. It doesn't really debuff enemies. It just sort of gets them wet. So there you go. Exciting, huh? And if there's an effect on them that demonstrates they're taking additional damage for a few seconds, and you see more visual, because I really can't tell. Do they look any different? Yeah, there was a fish on that guy's head. So you see a piranha biting them, that kind of tells you that's why they're taking extra damage, as long as the piranha is still visible. So that's kind of cool. I mean, it's not horrible, but it's not obviously a main attack. And then it just kind of goes away. I think you need more from that. I think you need it to be, you know, debuffs them or something, or confuses them, or I don't know, something else on top of that would be nice. Or bigger damage bonus. The last effect is Fiery Piranhas, which is not done. Increases the damage to 400%, and the base skill is 400%. So obviously, again, this is did not finish yet. It's going to get a balanced pass at some point. And it's fire damage, but you'll note when you see it, it looks like ice. Those are fire piranhas, in case you're wondering. No, I think they look like, maybe they used to be frost piranhas or something, and they realized that frost piranhas would actually be frozen and nothing would happen. So who knows why they changed things, and they just kind of do that. You don't see any fire effects, you don't see anything different from it. There is no cooldown, no longer cooldown than you would hate with the other one, but at some point that'll be, I guess, the increases damage version of this skill, once they've got the coding done right. But it doesn't, you know, they're just kind of blue piranhas. Look like marlins or something. And you can pretty much cast it all day and not kill anything, because it's not a very damaging skill. But that's what Piranhas does. It looks pretty cool. It's fun to play with, and it is a new skill, but it doesn't do a whole lot, and is really, really similar to an existing skill, which is Grasp of the Dead, which is a circle on the ground, which costs mana and has an 8-second cooldown and damages things that are within it. This one's got a little more debuff effects. You don't have the cool visual either. That's a more interesting effect than anything you see on Piranhas, I think. Reduces the cooldown. You can stack them. Rain of Corpses looks really lame and it's a better graphic, but currently you've got this skill, which, look, it's a circle on the ground and it's just like the other one, but it doesn't look awesome. So I don't know. I think I would have been happier if they had just replaced Grasp of the Dead with Piranhas and then maybe duplicated one of the effects a little bit. Maybe one of the Piranhas could have been a slowing effect. You know, the Coleman would have been a good one to have a slowing effect, but it seems like Piranhas is kind of a skill in search of identity. Really, how is this any different than what I was getting out of Piranha? I couldn't tell you. That is the least impressive skill graphic in the game, seriously. We need about 40 times the amount of corpses to fall. Look, the body falling on the tree once in a while. So yeah, Piranhas looks awesome, and it would be really cool if we didn't already have a skill that did the exact same thing. So hopefully they'll find some way to differentiate those a little better.